Why is your face smiling? You're getting strangled, girl. Why are you smiling?
I don't know. The smell is just stuck on my face. You don't know what to do.
Okay, you strangle me then. Girl, okay, no laughing.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to be doing a girl talk, but we're going to be talking about what happens when you get into a disagreement with your friends. And we're going to be sharing about a time when Azzy and I had our very first, not really fight, it wasn't a fight, but it was like a disagreement slash like clash.
Yeah.
Like, because we weren't fighting, we were just
talking sternly to each other.
Yeah. Not even. The time we had a disagreement for Splash. So to set the scene, you guys know that we have been working out with the trainer for like the past few months or so, our friend Dex. And we usually train with him on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But there was a time where most of November, Azzy was having a few off days, weeks, and she wasn't working out as often. And she wasn't working out as often as I did. And so I kept working out with him, and Azzy would try to come when she could, but most of the time she couldn't come. And so the first day that Azzy wanted to get back into working out is when the clash.
Yeah, so I kind of got in a rut. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know what I mean. My kind of schedule started changing with work and everything like that. And a lot of things, like the time that all three of us had initially set aside for ourselves to work out, it kind of wasn't working for me. So I was kind of confused between not going at all or really trying to work it out. So at this point I was like, okay, let's see how I can work this out, because working out is something I really want to continue to do, right? So I think that week our trainer couldn't work out in the evenings. So I think he asked us if we were cool to work out early in the morning, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. I was like, that's fine. Can we do it at 5, so I can go to work at 6:37 and be done by 4? It'll be great. It's fine. You know what I mean? So we have a group text message thread, whatever, amongst the three of us, just so we're all up to date and everything like that. So it probably at that time had been a couple weeks since I was working out, so they had just given up on the text message thread and were just texting each other, because I guess I wasn't really showing up and everything like that. On my side, I guess I still wanted to know, so I still had the option to, if needed be. I really like knowing a lot of details, especially if I'm gonna do something. And this was an early morning workout. And from my end, and this is something I totally take ownership of, I'm the one who suggested we work out earlier, even though it's gonna be in the morning. And I'm not even a morning person, so I don't know why I was being so ambitious when I haven't even worked out in weeks. That's one. So I asked the question in the group message, and I didn't really hear anything back, because Kristen, our personal trainer, they were in communication between themselves. And that was something that I kind of had an issue with, that was building up into that time, because I didn't really know what was going on. I had to hear it from Kristen or ask, if I wanted to participate in something else like that, And during that time, I was just going through it, I would go to bed really early, and I would get my 8+ hours of sleep, but I would still be really tired, and just a lot was happening, So that night I hadn't heard anything back, and I just decided to go to sleep, you know what I mean? And I was gonna wake up, or I was kind of anxious because I didn't really know if we were still doing it, if it was cool or not, or whatever. So I didn't sleep well, And kind of the morning came, and I was like, you know, I'm not gonna do this. Like, I hadn't heard anything back. Like, I'm just not gonna do this, right? And then,
yeah. So from my perspective, the night before, the reason why I didn't hear anything back, well, we had, to me, my perspective, we had established that we were going to work out in the morning. The only question that was up in the air was whether it was at 5:30 or 5 o'clock. And so to me, that morning when we woke up, well, I woke up, and I was getting ready, and I didn't hear Azzy getting ready, and so I went over to her room, and it was like, we were supposed to leave, since she wanted to work out at 5, I was like, okay, let's leave, like, maybe we should leave at 4:45, but she didn't get that text until the morning because she had gone to sleep. So I went over to her room, and I was like, well, even if we were going to work out at 5:30, she should still be up anyways, because that's what, you know, what was originally established. And Azzy was like fast asleep, and so I woke her up, I was like, hey, are you gonna come work out? And she said, no. And honestly, I mean, I didn't really care because, again, she had been working out for like a month or so. And so I was like, okay, no big deal. And so I went back to my room and texted Dex, hey Dex, Ivy's not gonna come again, she's gonna work out later, but I'm on my way. And he was like, no, Kristen, you shouldn't come out this early to a new place, because we'd never been to where he lived and worked out where he worked out before. And so he's like, just I'll send you the workout and you can do it on your own later on with Azzy. And I was like, okay. I was a little annoyed because I was like, I wanted to work out. I'm up this early. Like I went to bed early. Like I did all this stuff to like get ready and work out, and like it's just like falling apart. And so I was really, really upset. I was upset with Dex. I mean, but even though he ended up being right later on, and I was upset with Azzy because indirectly she had like I guess what's the word? Interfered with my workout schedule, and I take my working out like very seriously. It's like it's a form of therapy for me. It used to be TV, but now working out has become a way for me to relieve stress from school, and so doing it has become really, really. And so yes, and so I went to school, and because I didn't go work out, so it was like 5:15 or so. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to school and go study and like be productive with my time. So at school, I was like really upset, and I was like, I need to talk to Azzy when we get home, because I'm the type of person, if I'm upset, I can't hold it in because it will like mess up my entire day. It will mess up how I interact with Azzy. It'll mess up our friendship long term, and like it's not worth it. Like especially over something like in retrospect, it's really tiny. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I just need to calm myself down. And like when I'm mad, I like vocalize what I'm like communicate what I'm trying to say. So if I were to like talk to Azzy right then and there, we probably just would have been really, really mad at each other and would have been blown out of proportion. And so for me, whenever I'm mad, I have to like take a step back and just like be by myself, think through, process my thoughts, call my mom. Like, all right, so this is what I need to do. This is what I need to say. This is how I'm going to say it most effectively without stepping on any toes and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so we were kind of like in our moods, I guess, through the day and
Yeah.
everything like that.
Yeah.
But granted, I had been in a mood for like weeks, and I kind of let it flood over into like Kristen and like our relationship and everything, and like things that we do together, like bond over and everything, working out. So like when the day went by and everything like that, and I went to Frisco. And no, you had asked me if I was gonna like work out with you later that evening because Dex had messaged her the workout for us to do later that evening, you know, and I had yes, obviously with like all the intentions to do so or whatever. That didn't happen. So, yeah, so after work, you know what I mean, I went to Frisco, totally forgot about working out with Kristen, you know, and then she texted me while I was in Frisco, like, you know, she's waiting for me at home, like, are you gonna work out? And I was like, oh shoot, like, no, I'm in Frisco, you know? So that got her, like, boiling even more, and I was like, I'm really messing up over here, you know, just thinking to myself, right? And, like, I knew whenever I came home, like, we were gonna have a conversation, you know what I mean? And not that it was like confrontation or anything like that, but it was just like an issue that we had to deal with, like, one, that kind of came up in our relationship, like, one, like, communication and expectations. Like, what do we expect from each other? And, like, we need to communicate with each other, right? So, you know, when I came home the next day, I think it was me and Justin just sitting, and then she came in, you know, was just doing whatever she was doing, and I kind of felt like the aura was kind of off, and I knew we had to talk, you know, because my head was buried in my computer. And then Kristen was doing whatever she was doing. Justin was just oblivious to everything and trying to hug Kristen.
Justin was like, hey! I was like,
he was like, oh.
Hey, Justin. I mean, I wasn't upset. I
know. And he was just like oblivious to everything.
Everything.
Which is fine.
And luckily, he left the room.
Yeah, and he left.
Before we had the conversation. Because I was like, I'm about to just have this conversation with Justin here. Justin didn't have to have serious conversations in front of me all the time. This won't be any different. But when he left, I was like, okay, this is better.
Yeah, and so Kristen was like,
I
need to talk to you. And I was like, yes, I'm prepared for this. So, you know, she just, you know, told me how she was feeling, and I was really valid because I was wrong, like, honestly, how I handled, like, the whole thing. Like, this is something I'm going through personally, and I have to communicate that, you know what I mean? So, you know, you need to do what you need to do for you, but I should have communicated it, like, earlier. So, you know, we had a conversation about it, and we didn't yell. It wasn't nothing crazy or anything like that. It was just like, yo, this is how I'm feeling, you know, and, you know, basically this is just how this made me feel, and I just want you to know this, you know, so we can clear the air between us, and like moving forward, like I know how I need to respond in certain situations, like you need to communicate this, you know, or I may need not to expect this from you. Just, that's basically how the conversation was, and it was a good conversation, and I feel like moving forward, we now know like how to conduct ourselves and everything like that, and like me personally, so I did start working out. I mean, not as aggressively as before, just stuff, you know, but I'm more intentional like about doing that, and I know Kristen probably doesn't hold me as accountable as she did before, you know what I mean? Just because it's so important to her, and it's not as important to me, even though I want it to be. That's something I'm working towards, but it's just like, it means different things to us, you know, so her expectations have adjusted, and you know, my communication style and everything has adjusted as well.
So I think the biggest thing that I learned, and she also learned from this experience, was that it's not fair to hold people to expectations that you've made up in your head or your expectations for your own life. And it's also really, really important to communicate what your expectations are. And so that when something doesn't like quite work out the way you want it to, you're not left being resentful towards your friend or your, because it's honestly, most of the time it's like really minor things like this, and it's not worth like the pettiness and like the not speaking as much or not, like, you know, it's not worth it. And so thank God, like, we worked that out, and it's like we're both very understanding, we're both like really open-minded, and so she was able to listen to like her perspective, and I was also able to understand where she was coming from in terms of communication and stuff as well. And so because of it, at the end of our argument, I remember you were like, let's just bring us closer together. And I was like, yeah, Abby, you're right, it will. You know, it works out. So, and it's true, like now we're gonna communicate. Yeah. And you know, this is expected. It wasn't gonna be all like roses and daisies like the whole time we were together. People are always like, do y'all get along? Like, yeah.
I know.
Dude, everyone has disagreements though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's for ours.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed our girl talk / story time. Be sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't. We are almost to 100 followers, guys.
Last time I checked, I think we were like 87.
We're at 90 right now.
Really?
We're at 90. So we're almost to 100 followers. So please share with all your friends, family, tell them to subscribe. Comment down below if you have any interesting stories that you'd like to share with us. That have to do with like disagreements with friends and just different things like that. Thank you so much for all of your support. We love you guys.